If it's happening in Brisbane, you'll hear it in Drive with Scott Emerson.
Now, I used to be Queensland's Transport Minister, so I'd like to think I'm pretty much aware of what trucks do or don't do on the road, particularly when I'm driving there. But we've all seen those people who dodge and weave without a care in the world, forgetting that trucks have big blind spots and, they take a lot longer to stop. And our roads are about to get busier with the return of kids to school. So I want to remind you all to be truck aware on our roads. So we get Tony Clark, the CEO of the National Transport Insurance, on the line. As I said, look, you always have to be careful around trucks, but obviously we're getting more and more cars coming on the road. One, obviously with the COVID restrictions gone. Two, people are coming back from holidays. And three, we've got schools going back as well. So a lot more cars on the road. Now, from the trucking perspective, what are the concerns for truck drivers out there on the roads?
I think it's really important with all of these drivers on the road in cars who may not be as experienced around trucks on the road, as so many people are holidaying within Queensland, particularly this year, and returning from holidays. It's really important that people understand and take more care around trucks on the road. We've been doing research in truck accidents for over 15 years now, and one of the unfortunate things that come out is that where there is a fatal crash involving a car and truck, in 80% of cases, it is the car drivers at fault in those incidents. And that is for some reasons, including 50% of those are head-on incidents. So that's suggesting fatigue and people not taking their rest stops. So we think it's really important to get the message out there to just be careful, take your time, and make sure you take your rest stops when you're driving on the roads, and there are trucks on the roads as well. Do
you think truck driver behaviour itself has also improved over that time? You mentioned the rest stops. That used to be one of the big issues, and obviously there's a lot more rules in place and a lot more checking. That truck drivers are also taking their rest stops. Do you think that's improved over those years?
It actually has, and we know that there's been a 20% reduction in major losses. Not all of those are injury losses, but that's been a dramatic improvement in truck safety. Fatigue is down to the lowest that we've seen it in 15 years. It's less than 8% of incidents involving trucks, which means the truckers have learnt the lessons. The rest stops have improved, the roads are improved, the vehicles have improved, and particularly if people are coming up around B doubles, they are actually the safest truck on the road, and you'll find they have the most restrictions and the best drivers in them. So if you give them time and space, you'll get home safely, and the truck driver will get home safely too. And they've been so busy during this period through COVID, keeping the supermarket stocked up. Nobody's run out of toilet paper. They've just done a great job.
No one has run out of toilet paper despite the panic at the beginning of COVID. Just quickly, Tony, look, the thing that really frustrates me is when I see cars weaving amongst traffic and getting in front of a truck ahead of a stop. I just can't understand why drivers still do that. The reality is truck drivers just can't stop on a dime.
They absolutely can't. They've got a much greater stopping distance than cars, and the vast majority of accidents involving trucks and cars that are run-of-the-mill accidents are where they run into the back of cars. And in a lot of those cases, that's where the drivers merge and not giving the truck enough time to stop. And in general, you'll see truckies doing the right things on the highways and actually giving space, but they need the space. Don't take it off them.
No, that's right. And I make the point, Tony, that, look, there's always people doing the wrong things. It's not just truck drivers, there's the motorists out there. That is just the reality. So you just have to be careful on the roads there all the time. Tony, thank you for being on 4BC Drive this afternoon.
Thanks, Scott. Really appreciate the time. Get home safe, everyone.
No, thank you for that, Tony. Look, we have had a shocker over the last 12 months on Queensland roads. So hopefully 2021 will be better on our roads and people will get home safely.